The other day I was flipping through the latest financial magazine, seeing what's all out there, and I got a little bored with it, so I put it down and decided to check out YouTube. There I was going to watch some of my favorite YouTubers, see what they were up to, watch their latest video. So I headed to the search, typed in my favorite YouTuber's name, and got ready to watch one of his hilarious videos. That's when I noticed there was no new videos. But I hadn't watched his channel in over a month. What? Does a video once a month? Crazy. So I went over to my second favorite YouTube, Echo Base Network. Oh, these are great guys. I love watching them. And here's one I really want to see. Check this one out. He went to see Revenge of the Sith. I wonder what his take is on it after all this time.
Go. So much happening. The best Star Wars lightsaber fights ever made. Bar none. Like, I'm an original trilogy purist. The fighting in the prequels are so superior, it's just not even funny. If we could go back and put that kind of saber fighting, the kind of dueling in the original trilogy, it would spice up. No doubt about it. You can't even really argue it. So
Can't argue it. I can. I tell you, never thought I'd live to see today, to see people say that the prequels have better lightsaber fights than the original Star Wars trilogy. Now, I get it, maybe someone that grew up on the prequels, maybe they went to see them when they were 9 and only saw Star Wars, the originals, on VHS or on small TV. Maybe then I can understand. They went from seeing a saber fight on a small screen to a big screen. Their mind's warped. You know. They're thinking, oh, this is better. But it's not. So I put up a poll on Twitter and on Facebook. And to my shock, you guys out there disagree with me. You said the prequels have better lightsaber fights. The prequels! Well, let's take a look at the poll. First, Twitter or X, but as you can see, not many votes. But still, I was shocked. 60% said the prequel had better lightsaber fights. Let's go with their YouTube. Although we have more votes here, still crazy results. 66% of the people. Did these people even see Star Wars on the big screen? And when I say Star Wars, I mean the original trilogy. As you can see, maybe I'm the odd one here. So I even reached out to my buddy Russ. Oh, you don't watch the live stream, you know my buddy Russ. He grew up with Star Wars. He saw it on the big screen. Not just in the 80s, but in the 90s. So I asked him, this guy's going to agree? Well, Gen Xers, we're going to agree on it, right? This is what he had to say. Yep, even my buddy Russ was fooled by fancy lights, good editing, and dancing. Ugh, couldn't believe it. I feel like I've been pulled out of my own universe and put into some kind of parallel universe where people think dancing with light up sticks is entertaining. Now, don't get me wrong, the prequels' lightsaber fights are entertaining, and the Phantom Menace, Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, it's the best of the prequel fighting right there. But that's the problem. You start at a high note in the first movie, and then you go down from there. Doesn't get any better than that. When it should get better, right? But I decided to break this up into 5 categories. You know, so I can make my case. Although Coach over at Echo Base said you couldn't even debate it, I'm going to debate it. People often told me I can't debate stuff. When I was in the 5th grade, my teacher said I couldn't debate. That playing with your own balls was better than playing basketball. And although I didn't convince the whole class, I'm sure Stephanie Mark agreed. So let's start with number 1. Emotional weight versus dancing with sticks. Let's be honest, the fight scenes are good in prequels. They look good, but that's the problem. They look choreographed. They look like they're dancing. They don't look like 2 people upset just going at it with lightsaber. You're seeing old Junkman is a different era. These Jedis are more trained. They're more connected with the Force than Luke Skywalker was, or old Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, well, I don't care how trained in the Force they were. I don't want to see a lightsaber fight, or I don't prefer seeing a lightsaber fight. We're jumping around and spinning and doing tricks and everything. It just doesn't make any sense. And you got the emotional weight. Let's look at A New Hope. Sets you up. You know Darth Vader's there. You know you don't even know he has a lightsaber, but you know he's there. You know that he's gonna be Luke Skywalker's gonna face him, or Obi-Wan. Somebody's gonna face him. They build up the whole history right there. Luke hates him because he thinks he killed his father. Obi-Wan hates him because he thinks he killed Anakin Skywalker. So the tension is right there, and they built these characters so much. You like each character. You love Obi-Wan. Who did you love in the prequels? Anakin Skywalker, Qui-Gon Jinn. Let's be honest. Does anyone like Qui-Gon Jinn? I don't even think he's okay. But is there anybody that's like a huge Qui-Gon Jinn fan? It's like, that's my favorite Jedi. Now, you might be a Liam Neeson fan. I think he did a good part in the role, but I don't think anybody out there is really a hardcore Qui-Gon Jinn fan. I know you'll tell me in the comments that you are, but you're not. But so by the time Qui-Gon dies, okay, you kind of like feel it a little bit, but not like when Vader meets Obi-Wan. He pulls out his red saber. You're like, man, the bad guy even has a light up sword like that. So there's that tension right there where you really care. You don't know what's gonna. That's one of the problems with the prequel. You know going in most of the time who's gonna live and who's gonna die. So it really doesn't connect you right there. And again, the prequels, they just look like they're dancing. They look like they're moving around. One of my favorite scenes in any lightsaber fight is the Phantom Menace. This scene right here. As you can see, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, they work good together. Obi-Wan gives a fake head nod like he's going to attack Darth Maul. And this cues Qui-Gon to jump in. I love that scene. I've loved that scene. I always loved that part. But there's no emotional weight there like there is in the first one. Or, I mean, the original trilogy, I should say. And then Empire Strikes Back. Look at that. Throughout the whole movie, we watched Luke's journey. He went to Dagobah, met Yoda. We knew he wasn't ready to face Darth Vader, but Luke Skywalker does what he wants to do. He's headstrong, and he heads off the cloud city to face Vader. And we're sitting on the edge of our seat. We know Vader kicks ass. We saw him kill Obi-Wan Kenobi. And we all know Luke's not ready. And they face each other. Does Luke jump around and do flips? Well, he does jump out of a hole before getting frozen, but does he jump around, do tricks and twirl around, shake his lightsaber and everything? Does it look like he's dancing? No, he's sweating. He's putting up a fight. He's putting up a real fight. You can see it in Mark Hamill. You can see it in Luke Skywalker. You can see the fight in him. Darth Vader's just teasing with him at the beginning, one hand. Just boop, 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 boop. Darth Vader don't got to spin around. Darth Vader don't got to jump. Throw some stuff with the Force. Okay, there you go. But it's so intense, and you care about Luke Skywalker. By this time, you really care. By the second movie, did you really care about Anakin Skywalker when he got on a lightsaber with Count Dooku? No, you didn't. And you knew he was going to survive. You knew he wasn't going to die. You knew he might lose a limb, but that's it. So then we got Return of the Jedi. Come on now. Do I have to explain the fight there? We've waited 3 movies to see this thing. Father and son. Again, we don't need jumping around and dancing. But as you can see why the OT for that reason is better than the prequel fights. Because you care about the characters. You're invested in these characters. You're on the edge of your seat. And one thing I always loved that the originals did, that the prequels got away from, is they gave you a lightsaber fight at the end. Or very close to the end with Obi-Wan Kenobi. They dragged it out. But no, the prequels, and I think the sequels and some of the TV shows I've seen, they want to do a lightsaber every 10 minutes, especially Revenge of the Sith. And no, you want to be on the edge. Oh, there's going to be a fight scene at the end. You know they're coming together at the end. You're on the edge of your seat, especially as a little kid. You couldn't wait. I didn't need to see Darth Vader flipping or doing cartwheels with his lightsaber. That's stupid. And that brings me to less is more. And that's what I'm saying here. I guess I should have said the title before I got into it, but less is more. Sure, you get to see Han Solo, but it's not a lightsaber fight, he just cuts a Jonton. You get to see Luke battle a Wampa, but just cuts the arm. You don't really get a lightsaber fight. You save that to the end. You build up to it. That's what you like. Revenge of the Sith. Oh, it's been 10 minutes. Let's have a lightsaber scene that lasted 20 minutes. Revenge of the Sith. He fights Dooku. Obi-Wan, Dooku, and what's his name? Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's taken out pretty early. And again, you know Dooku might die. You don't really care. He's been in the movie for about 5 minutes. I know he's got more of an arc in the other movie and everything. You care a little bit more, or like him as a villain in the other movie. But again, less is more. We don't need a fight scene. You got to build up to that fight scene. You got to be on the edge of your seat waiting for it. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Imagine Revenge of the Sith. If you know going into it, Anakin and Vader, they're going to fight each other with a lightsaber. You've heard about it all your life. You've heard about it for almost 20 years. You're on the edge of your seat. But next scene, no lightsaber. Next scene, no lightsaber. Maybe some battles with guns, no lightsaber. And then by the time you get there, your pants are wet, man, because you're just so excited. Yeah, okay, so that's 2 reasons right there that the original trilogy is a lot better when it comes to the lightsaber fights. Although I was told I couldn't debate it, I think I'm doing a pretty good job. Let's go to number 4. Oh, well, let's go to number 3. I can't read my own writing here. Realism. I kind of touched on this before. The prequels, they're choreographed. You can tell by looking at it. They dance, and every little lightsaber hits at the exact right spot. I know, these are better Jedis, man. They're more in tune with the Force. Don't give me that crap. It's because they have more training with a dancer or a guy that knows a lot about sword fighting or something. But you can tell that these are really trained. Even the Obi-Wan and Darth Maul that I really love in The Phantom Menace, look at it. You can really tell that this is choreographed. Everything is planned out. Go back to The Empire Strikes Back, Luke versus Vader. It doesn't look choreographed. It doesn't look dancing. It doesn't look like, they rehearsed this 100 times. No, it looks like a guy out of his league, on the edge of losing it all, fighting a guy that's 10 times more powerful than him. Even more than 10. Even Obi-Wan and Vader, which is a great scene. I heard some people say, oh, they need to redo that. They need to redo that in New Hope. Have Obi-Wan doing some cartwheels before he comes out there. No, don't do that. They're fighting slow. They're not fighting slow. They're fighting with style. And they go at it. They hit the lightsabers back and forth. It's not the best, but it's damn better than seeing Yoda flip all around upside down, ain't it? Going in a ball circle. Yoda looked like you could take him out with a good baseball bat. Let's be honest. Yoda, lightsaber, look, all you need is a good baseball bat. He's flattered against the wall. So there you go, right there. Now let's go to 4. Dialogue. If I ask you to quote any lightsaber fight scene between the prequels and the original trilogy, 9 times out of 10, you're going to quote something from the original trilogy. Most likely, that first encounter between Obi-Wan and Vader in A New Hope. We know it. I used to get the novel and flip through that page just so I could read it. We all know it. We know that scene. Everyone that watches Star Wars or loves Star Wars knows that scene. You should not have come back. When I left you, I was but a learner. Now I am the master. Only a master of evil, Darth. See, we know that. Now give me a quote. Give me some quotes from the Phantom, from the prequel fight scene. Give me some quotes. Let's see. I don't think they even say nothing when he's fighting Darth Maul. I don't think there's nothing there. No, I take him now. I think Anakin says that in New Hope, in Attack of the Clones. Maybe I've got the higher ground. Yeah, maybe that. There's no dialogue. In Empire Strikes Back, you got dialogue. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No, I am your father. Dialogue, man. Return of the Jedi, does it have dialogue? Maybe not as quotable as the other 2, but they still do. Luke's over there hiding. Vader's teasing him. Your sister. Obi-Wan was wise to hide her from me. They're drawing it out. It's not a 20-minute light scene of just fighting and flopping and jumping around. No, it's intense. It's emotional. You get that? Well, what is a good quote besides I got the higher ground? Well, you were my brother, Anakin. I think the fight was over by then. What's a good quote? Give me a good quote from Attack of the Clones lightsaber fight scene. Yoda, it was my Padawan also, or something stupid like that. And now let's get into better settings for a lightsaber fight. The Phantom Menace. That small fight there, I don't really count it on Tatooine with Darth Maul and Qui-Gon when they're running toward the ship. But you got the Phantom Menace. Again, it's the best of the best when it comes to the prequel fighting. It's there in the hangar bay. You don't really understand the setup thing, but it's layers, it's jumping around. It's pretty good. It looks like a nice looking set. So, then we get over to Attack of the Clones. What is Attack of the Clones? I know it ends in a cave where they took the lights off. You can't hardly even see anything, which I thought it was kind of cool seeing them fight lightsabers in the dark. I'm not going to lie to you, but it's not better than the original trilogy when they're fighting. What else? Yoda's still in a cave fighting. There was the whatever that planet scene where all the Jedi show up and there's so much going on. You don't even know what's going on. People are shooting guns, Jedi's everywhere. Just too much going on. Like, boy, flipping and flopping. Just too much going on right there. So there, what cool setting? Is there any cool setting? No, there's no cool setting in those movies. And then we've got Revenge of the Sith. It takes place on a dark, dull ship that looks like, I don't know why the room's so big in that ship. It looks like it looks like a studio building where they filmed the movie. But let's get to the end. Anakin versus Obi-Wan. I was told they was going to find on the edge of a volcano. Not a whole volcano planet, but we'll let that go. What's the setting here? First, they're in some kind of boring control room. And then they're flying around on these little blocks that float on lava. None of them are sweating. None of them look hot. They're above lava. They should be melting. I ain't gonna let that go, but they should at least look hot. I don't mean hot like pretty and sexy. I mean, they should look like they're right by a volcano or a lava pit, but they don't. No, they look like they're on the green screen. Let's be honest, they look like they're on the green screen. Looks like something from a video game too, with the little things they were rolling around or driving on. It's not a good set. It's not a good scene. It's not. And I wanted more. I waited 20 years for that. And I know you're going to disagree. But, hey, we're here to disagree. But that laid out 5 reasons I think the original trilogy had a much, much better saber duel than the prequels. The prequels, again, dancing around, flipping and flopping. And there's one scene I really hate I didn't even bring up yet. Check out this clip here from Anakin versus Obi-Wan. It's one of the worst scenes in any of the Star Wars movies. Check it out. So let's just go back. The prequels, they're just too many fight scenes. You don't build up to it waiting for it. The Phantom Menace, you do kind of build up and wait for it. Again, the Phantom Menace is the best of them all. The music's good. The fight, although it does look choreographed, is best right there. It's a good setting. Everything's good about that one. I don't think it's better than any of the original 3, but I do think it's the best of the prequels, and everything from there is downhill. There are too many of them. And when you do get some lightsabers, the fight's too long. Anakin versus Obi-Wan, sure, it's got to be epic, but it doesn't have to be half the damn movie. It's about 30 minutes long. It's just too long. And Yoda and Palpatine fighting, I didn't even bring that up. It's like a bunch of cartoon characters fighting each other. Again, it's not horrible. I'm not a prequel basher. Even when the prequels came out, people bashed it, and I always said I wasn't happy with it. I didn't love it, but I never was a prequel basher. I never felt like the need to bash it. You know, there's plenty of other people doing that. I saw what I liked about it and something I didn't. Phantom Menace, I went to see about 10 times at the theater, and I went to see them. I like Attack of the Clones better than Phantom Menace. Some of you guys don't. I don't know why. Anakin never bothered me. I know he hates Sam. I thought his acting was good. Maybe I'm just weird. I like when he says that, you know, they killed them all, killed the Sand people and kids and everything. I felt that emotion. Revenge of the Sith I like. I can remember going to work the next day and in my mind, like, what? I just couldn't get Anakin off my mind. I knew he was going to turn bad, but it still bothered me how easily he turned bad. Not in a bad way, I was like, damn, Anakin, come on. Let's put up a fight a little bit. But anyway, I guess that's about all I've got to say. And I doubt I changed anyone's mind. I was just so surprised that when I did the polls, and I talked to my buddy Russ and talked to some other of you guys, all of you all said the prequels. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I don't know what this is coming to. But anyway, let me know in the comments below how wrong I am, and that the prequels have the best lightsaber fights. But I was told it wasn't even debatable, but I think I did a good job. Let's see. Coach, you watching this? Put your comments below why I'm wrong. We'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.